Some of the most important drummers in rock history were never the most famous. You've heard the songs, you've felt the energy. You've probably even air-drummed to them. Without realizing something, the sound that made those moments unforgettable didn't just come from the lead singer or guitarist. It came from drummers whose names were quietly left behind. And that's where things get interesting. Because while the spotlight stayed on frontmen and guitar heroes, these drummers were shaping the sound of rock from behind the kit, changing rhythms, redefining groove, and influencing generations without getting the recognition they deserved. Some of them played on legendary records. Some influenced the biggest bands you know, and others disappeared before the world could truly understand what they created. In this video, we're counting down 40 forgotten drummers who helped shape rock history, whether people noticed or not. And trust me, by the time you get to the middle of this list, you'll start recognizing names and realizing just how much you've been missing. Let's get into it. At number 40, Clem Burke of Blondie brought a level of energy that helped define new wave rock. His drumming wasn't just about keeping time. It was explosive, fast, and full of personality. Tracks like Heart of Glass showed how he blended punk aggression with danceable grooves, influencing countless drummers who came after. At number 39, Mick Avory from the Kinks helped shape the early sound of British rock. His raw, straightforward style powered classics like You Really Got Me, a song that would go on to influence hard rock and metal. While others got the spotlight, Avory's playing laid the foundation for a new era of rock rhythm. At number 38, Barrymore Barlow of Jethro Tull brought precision and complexity into progressive rock. His drumming blended jazz technique with rock power, especially on albums like Thick as a Brick. He wasn't just keeping time, he was shaping entire compositions with intricate patterns most listeners never noticed. At number 37, Bun E. Carlos from Cheap Trick proved that simplicity, when done right, can be powerful. His steady, no-nonsense drumming gave songs like I Want You to Want Me their driving force. While others chased flash, Carlos focused on groove, and that consistency helped define the band's sound. At number 36, Bill Bruford of Yes and later King Crimson brought a completely different mindset to rock drumming. Instead of relying on power, he leaned into precision and unusual rhythms. His crisp, almost mechanical style helped push progressive rock into more experimental territory, influencing drummers who wanted to think beyond standard patterns. At number 35, Topper Head-On from The Clash was one of the most versatile drummers in punk history. While the band was known for raw energy, Head-On added depth, blending reggae, funk, and rock into tracks like Rock the Casbah. His ability to shift styles effortlessly gave the band a sound that stood out from the rest. At number 34, Liberty DeVitto of Billy Joel was the heartbeat behind some of the most iconic songs of the 70s and 80s. His drumming on tracks like Only the Good Die Young and You May Be Right brought energy and punch without overpowering the music. He knew exactly when to drive the song and when to hold back. At number 33, Prairie Prince from the Tubes blended theatrical flair with solid rock fundamentals. His playing wasn't just heard, it was felt, adding character to every performance. Beyond the Tubes, his session work quietly influenced multiple artists, making him one of those drummers whose impact stretches further than most people realize. At number 32, Alan White of Yes stepped into a nearly impossible role after replacing Bill Bruford, but made it his own. His powerful yet controlled style helped stabilize the band through complex arrangements and long compositions. He also played on Imagine, showing his versatility beyond progressive rock. At number 31, Cozy Powell, known for his work with Rainbow and Whitesnake, brought thunderous energy to every track he touched. His explosive fills and commanding presence made him one of the most respected drummers in hard rock, even if his name isn't always mentioned alongside the biggest legends. At number 30, Clive Burr of Iron Maiden played a key role in shaping the band's early sound. His energetic, almost galloping style on albums like The Number of the Beast gave their music a raw edge that helped define heavy metal's rise in the 80s. Even after his departure, his influence remained part of the band's identity. At number 29, Mick Fleetwood from Fleetwood Mac may be widely recognized, but his drumming is often overlooked. Instead of flashy techniques, he focused on feel and space, allowing songs like Dreams to breathe. His subtle approach proved that restraint can be just as powerful as complexity. At number 28, John Densmore of The Doors brought a jazz-influenced approach that set the band apart. Instead of standard rock patterns, he used space, dynamics, and subtle textures to shape songs like Riders on the Storm. His style proved that drums don't always have to dominate to make a lasting impact. At number 27, Roger Taylor from Queen is often remembered for his vocals, but his drumming played a huge role in the band's sound. Tracks like We Will Rock You showed his ability to create simple yet powerful rhythms that became instantly recognizable around the world. At number 26, Simon Kirke of Bad Company kept things simple but effective. His laid-back groove on tracks like Feel Like Makin' Love proved that not every great drummer needs complexity. Sometimes consistency and feel are what truly carry a song. At number 25, Nick Mason from Pink Floyd helped create some of the most atmospheric sounds in rock history. Rather than dominating the mix, his drumming blended into the music, supporting long, evolving compositions. His restraint and timing became a key part of the band's signature sound. At number 24, Ian Paice of Deep Purple brought speed and precision that helped define hard rock drumming. His work on tracks like Highway Star showed incredible control and technique, blending power with groove in a way that influenced countless drummers in rock and metal. At number 23, Stan Lynch from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers played a major role in shaping the band's early sound. His steady, driving rhythms gave songs like American Girl their energy, proving that solid timing and feel can be just as impactful as technical flair. At number 22, Stuart Copeland of The Police brought a completely unique rhythmic style to rock. Blending reggae, punk, and jazz influences, his sharp hi-hat work and syncopation gave songs like Message in a Bottle their distinct feel. His creativity behind the kit helped redefine what rock drumming could sound like. At number 21, Charlie Watts from the Rolling Stones proved that groove always comes first. His steady, no-frills style became the backbone of the band's sound for decades. While others chased complexity, Watts focused on feel, and that consistency helped shape some of rock's most enduring songs. At number 20, Phil Rudd of AC/DC mastered the art of simplicity. His straight, driving beats on tracks like Back in Black became a blueprint for rock drumming. No unnecessary fills, just pure groove that kept the music locked in and powerful. At number 19, Ringo Starr from the Beatles is often underestimated, but his creativity behind the kit shaped some of the most influential songs ever recorded. His unique fills and unconventional patterns proved that feel and musicality matter more than speed. At number 18, Bill Ward of Black Sabbath brought a jazz-influenced style into heavy music, helping create the foundation of metal. His loose yet powerful playing on tracks like War Pigs added swing to a genre that would later become much more rigid. At number 17, Mitch Mitchell from the Jimi Hendrix Experience played with a freedom that matched Hendrix's guitar. His fluid, almost improvisational style turned the drums into a lead instrument, pushing rock into more expressive and unpredictable territory. At number 16, Ginger Baker of Cream pushed rock drumming into new territory by blending jazz and African rhythms. His extended solos and polyrhythmic style helped redefine what a rock drummer could do, making the drums a central voice in the music. At number 15, Keith Moon from The Who broke every traditional rule. Instead of keeping steady time, he filled every space with explosive energy, turning chaos into something musical. His unpredictable style made him one of the most unique drummers rock has ever seen. At number 14, Carl Palmer of Emerson, Lake and Palmer brought incredible speed and technical precision to progressive rock. His complex patterns and powerful execution turned the drums into a lead instrument, pushing the boundaries of what rock drumming could achieve. At number 13, Neil Peart from Rush set a new standard for precision and composition. His intricate setups and carefully crafted parts weren't just technical, they were musical. Every note had purpose, making him one of the most respected drummers in rock history. At number 12, Dave Grohl of Nirvana brought raw power that helped define the sound of grunge. His explosive playing on tracks like Smells Like Teen Spirit gave the music its punch, combining aggression with tight control in a way that changed rock in the 90s. At number 11, Lars Ulrich from Metallica helped shape the sound of thrash metal. His fast, driving rhythms on albums like Master of Puppets pushed the genre forward, proving that speed and precision could work together to create something powerful and unforgettable. At number 10, Mike Portnoy of Dream Theater brought unmatched creativity to progressive metal. Known for complex time signatures and dynamic playing, he turned drumming into a storytelling tool, shaping songs with precision and emotion rather than just technique. At number 9, Danny Carey from Tool redefined modern drumming with his use of polyrhythms and spiritual influences. His work blends precision with complexity, creating patterns that feel both mathematical and deeply musical at the same time. At number 8, Chad Smith of Red Hot Chili Peppers fused rock and funk into a groove-driven style that defined the band's sound. His powerful backbeat and tight timing gave tracks like Give It Away their energy, proving that feel can be just as impactful as technical skill. At number 7, Taylor Hawkins from Foo Fighters brought explosive energy and passion behind the kit. His playing wasn't just about rhythm, it was about emotion. Whether live or in the studio, his intensity helped elevate every performance and kept the spirit of rock alive. At number 6, Travis Barker of Blink-182 pushed pop-punk drumming to a new level. His speed, precision, and hip-hop influences made his style instantly recognizable, turning simple songs into energetic, high-impact performances that stood out in the mainstream. At number 5, Questlove from The Roots brought a completely different feel to modern drumming. His laid-back, behind-the-beat groove reshaped how rhythm could sit in music, influencing not just hip-hop, but rock and neo-soul as well. At number 4, Vinny Colaiuta, known for his work with Frank Zappa and countless others, became one of the most respected session drummers in the world. His ability to handle complex rhythms with ease made him a go-to for artists across genres, even if many listeners never knew his name. At number 3, Jeff Porcaro of Toto created one of the most iconic grooves in music history. His shuffle on Rosanna became a benchmark for drummers everywhere, blending precision with feel in a way that still influences players today. At number 2, Steve Gadd, known for his work with Paul Simon and countless studio sessions, became one of the most recorded drummers in history. His groove on 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover showed how subtle complexity can completely transform a song, influencing generations of musicians across genres. And at number 1, Hal Blaine, a key member of the Wrecking Crew, played on thousands of hit records without most people ever knowing his name. From the Beach Boys to Elvis Presley, his work quietly shaped the sound of modern music. And there you have it, 40 drummers who helped shape rock history, even if their names don't always come up in the spotlight. What makes this list powerful isn't just the talent, it's the reminder that some of the biggest contributions to music happen behind the scenes. While frontmen and guitarists often get the recognition, these drummers were building the foundation, creating grooves, driving energy, and shaping the sound of entire generations. Now I'm curious, how many of these drummers did you actually recognize? And more importantly, who did we miss? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because there are definitely more names that deserve to be remembered. If you enjoyed this, make sure you like, subscribe, and stick around for more deep dives into the hidden stories behind music. Because sometimes the people you don't hear about are the ones who changed everything. I'll see you in the next one.